I have a pocket holster, an order for a pocket holster that I'm working on now. And it's the same pattern that I've used for other pocket holsters. I mean, this is my personal pocket holster, and it's I've used it for many years, and the leather's getting pretty soft on it. But it's the same pattern I used for that one. And then I took the pattern, I put it on a piece of leather, traced around it with a scratch awl, cut the leather out, and then I have this separate little piece here. I put on here, on the end, and then I could trace my my inner stitch line, take my dividers, set them for about 1/8 of an inch, and trace the outer stitch line, and then across the bottom and across the top. Then it's time to go ahead and poke some holes. That should fit perfect right there, and it does. Top and the bottom. I'm going to go ahead and start that with that. Now I'm doing this one a little bit differently, because it's going to be a rough side out and smooth side in. That'll help to ensure that the holster will stay in the guy's pocket and that the gun will draw smoothly. So instead of gluing it and then poking the holes, I'm going to go ahead and poke these holes from the inside and then glue it, and then poke the holes the rest of the way through, or punch them, or however you want to say it. This goes right here. That's got that hole on through. Then I'm going to use this guy to punch the rest of the holes all the way down, but first I'm going to lay them out to make sure my holes end up even. Because sometimes you gotta fudge your hole spacing a little bit to get it to come out right. Since this is one big curve, and Zachary's making a cameo. Okay, it looks like it doesn't quite reach the bottom exactly. Say hello, Zachary. This guy, he's about 15 years old. And he's still, sometimes he still acts like a kitten. Hey, Zach. Okay, get ready to run away. He don't like that. Now, like I said, I'm going to have to stretch these holes a little bit. Actually, I should start from this end. To get them to line up so they're exactly at either end. So I'm going to go ahead and take care of these holes, and we'll be back. Alright, got the holes punched. Now it's time to glue it. What I did is I went ahead and folded this over, took my scratch awl, and scored a line right where they met. And then I took my stitch line pattern, put it on that line, and marked it on the inside, so I'll know that that's where the glue goes. There and there. And we'll go ahead and scratch it up a little bit. That'll just help the glue to hold a little bit better. Just needs to hold long enough for me to finish up them holes and to go ahead and stitch it. You don't have to go crazy with this. Just scratch it up a little. Try to make sure you color within the lines. Scratch them this way and that way and the other way. That's good. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to go ahead. Maybe I should have some more ventilation with this glue, huh? I'm going to go ahead and put some glue on it and stick it together. I got small fingers. Now this holster isn't going to get any kind of finish, so I gotta be careful. Not that I'm sloppy if a holster does get a finish, but especially one where the color of the leather is basically the finish of the holster. A little bit more right there. Now, even though using contact cement, there's no squeeze out, I try to avoid going all the way to the edge. I don't know, maybe it's a woodworker habit or something, I don't know. Okay, that's good. I'm gonna go ahead and let that dry a little bit, and then we'll go ahead and stick it together. I've given that glue a few minutes to dry, and we're gonna go ahead and stick it. Okay. Now I'm going to stick a clamp on it down here. Use this one higher. Pull it right there. And hey, what do you want? I live in West Virginia. Oh, speaking of that, had a stereotypical small town West Virginia thing just happen. A hillbilly out here went riding down the road on his John Deere tractor just a minute ago. Little bits and pieces and scraps come in handy for this kind of stuff. And let me see if my clothespins will fit. Sure it will. That'll do. That'll do just fine. And after that dries, we'll go ahead and finish punching these holes and get this thing stitched together. Alright, it's done, basically. I got stitching all done. Put my little bear paw on it. Then I took and wet it and formed it a little bit. And the little gun goes in and it comes back out just the way it's supposed to. I also, like I've done on other pocket holsters, curved it a little bit to fit more closely fit the contours of a person's leg. I'm just going to give this a day or two to dry, and then out it goes, and it's on to the next one. The next one, I believe, is going to be for a 3-inch K-frame, so I'll do a whole series on that one.